Hey guys, welcome back to Token Tech. Today I'm going to be talking about my new mouse. So before I did a video on my Red Dragon mouse, which I spent about $15 or $13 on, and it was pretty good for the money. Came with weights, it had lighting, very long cable, but it had kind of a cheap construction, and I noticed within about 3 months some of the buttons weren't working as properly. My scroll wheel was the first thing to go. Quality control on that product was really bad. Maybe it's gotten better since then, but since I've had it, since I bought it and used it, it has been pretty bad after a couple months. Other friends of mine have also had issues with it after a couple months, so it might be a common thing. I don't really recommend it even though it's so cheap, unless you really can't buy anything else. Now, today we're going to be looking at quite the opposite end of the spectrum. Here is the Logitech G903. This is a wireless gaming mouse with RGB lighting and all the things you could ever want. Now, unlike the wireless keyboard that I have over there to the left, the G613, which has some deal breakers for certain people, some significant flaws, I think this mouse is really a home run. It's really amazing. It has RGB lighting if you care about that. It's not too heavy, not too light, and has a removable weight. So if you want it to be lighter, you can take that out. It has about 30 plus hours of battery life, and does have its built-in standby mode, which is fine. And that battery life is pretty good. It also can be used while charging. You can plug in. If you see here, let's see if I can get this on camera. If you look, that's where you would plug in the included charger, and you can use it just like a wired mouse once you do that, and it runs just fine. And then you can disconnect it, and it'll connect wirelessly and go back to using it wirelessly. It has really great DPI settings. You can set it from pretty slow, honestly, to very, very, very high. So the whole spectrum, if you are into high sensitivity or low sensitivity, whatever it is. It does have RGB lighting, like I said. Now, I turned it off because one, to conserve battery life, and two, if you look, all the RGB lighting is covered by your hand because it's only from these LEDs right here and this LED here. So if you are using the mouse, you're really not going to see it. However, it does have integration with different programs like Discord, so it'll light up different colors depending on who's talking and things like that, which are kind of cool, but again, unnecessary, but nice to have, right? For if you really do care about that, you can RGB all the things if you want. It has the mouse buttons on the side here, forward and backwards, or whatever you want to map them to in game. You have your two left and right clicks, which feel great and feel really solid and premium. It has the scroll wheel, which has a ratcheted version, like a more precise version, and you can click this button and it will just flow almost forever. And then you have these two buttons right here on top of these LEDs, which will switch between your different profiles for, or your different settings for DPI settings, right? You can go to a higher setting or to a lower setting, all from right here. And this LED here will light up to let you know if it needs to be charged. When it's about 12 hours left, it'll light up saying, hey, you need to plug this in soon, keep that in mind. Now, 12 hours is still a long time, but it's a good time to start getting a warning. So you know, hey, when I finish this gaming session or whatever you're doing, you plug in the mouse, let it charge up, and next time you come to your computer, it'll be fully charged. I really have no complaints with this mouse. It has worked beautifully for me. It has not caused me any issues. It's very, very precise, very sensitive. It's great for competitive gaming. It's great for first-person shooters. It's great for productivity. It's great for everything. And because it's wireless, you can even take it on the go and use it with a laptop without too much inconvenience. The fact that it charges in a very logical way, so you can still use it while it's charging, is also great. It charges up fairly quickly. It doesn't take that long. And I believe they even sell a chargeable or wireless charging mouse pad so that it charges the mouse while you're using it on that mouse pad. Now that's for you to decide. That's an extra cost. I don't think it's worth it, but if you do, there you go. Now the main reason I got this mouse was because I hated that my mouse cord would get caught on all different kinds of things. It would get caught on my monitor stand, it would get caught on my keyboard, it would get caught on other cables because it's all like getting mixed in over there. I have a Nintendo Switch over there and it would get caught on that. Not having a mouse really does help. Now, of course, there's a cheaper solution. You can get they sell like little clips to hold um, your mouse cable so it doesn't get caught or snagged on anything. That's also a cheaper option if you just want to keep your cheap mouse and do that. That's totally fine. That's totally reasonable. But I wanted to try a wireless mouse, so that's why I went out and got this one. Now, the thing is, this mouse is not cheap. Okay, I think originally it sold for around 150 bucks. I bought it for about $100 new on around Christmas time. You guys can tell me in the comments down below if that was a good price or not. Um, for that price, it's not a bad product. Don't get me wrong, but it is a harder sell in my opinion. Even for $100, I think it's still a hard sell. Now, of course, this is over the top. Not everyone needs RGB lighting. Not everybody needs wireless, right? Not everyone needs such a premium mouse. So I think they can get away with charging that. It's a premium product for a premium crowd. Now, if you don't want this, you can get the G502 and other mice that are wired that are cheaper, much cheaper, and give you basically the same quality, just without the wireless and maybe without the RGB. They also have other wireless mice, but they're not quite as good for gaming, although definitely passable. But this, with the lightning connector having such low latency, having such high DPI, all the different settings you can adjust, programmable buttons, and so on. It's just great. I love this mouse. I think it was worth the price, although it is a lot. And I think if you need a wireless solution, it's great. If you need a mouse for the living room, right, for your HTPC or your living room gaming computer, this is a great option. Again, around $100, 110 bucks, I think is a fair price for this. 150 is a bit extreme. If you can get it less than 100, I think you're in really getting a really good price on that. Anyways, I have no complaints with this mouse. Let me know what you think down below. If you have a different experience, please inform me in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.